So if I'm all hot and sticky, I've just come back from a bike ride and it's 33 degrees Celsius outside. It is boiling. Hey guys, Sienna here. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about what does it mean to listen to your body. One of the main questions that I get asked is, what do you eat? What's your diet like? What kind of things do you try to avoid? What kind of things do you eat every day? Do you have a set routine? So for anyone who follows me on Tumblr, they'll know that I always answer with, I listen to my body and then I eat accordingly. What does that mean? What does it mean to listen? What does listening to your body look like? What does it look like in terms of a meal? What does it look like on a plate? Except for a lot of people, that's a really hard concept to try to comprehend because it's not what they're used to. So over time, they've been conditioned by social norms, peers, the media, into eating what they think they should eat rather than eating as to what their body tells them they should eat. So not only do I not believe in defining ourselves by our diets, but I do think that listening to your body is just a much healthier and more natural way to live. It's the way our bodies are intended to eat and to thrive. However, over time, a lot of us have forgotten how to listen to our natural body cues. We either eat with our eyes, as in what looks the most delicious, or we eat calculatively and methodically, as in we eat strategically. We eat what we think we should eat, what we know has the least calories or the least fat. We eat according to a certain diet or rules that we have about the food that we consume. And although sometimes those choices can be healthy, in the long run, it isn't what's best for our bodies. I know it sounds so cliche to sit here and be like, your body's a temple, but really you only have one body, so you're better off treating it right. So what exactly does it mean to listen to your body? Here are a few tips you might want to try to help you to get to know your body's hunger better. Tip number one, make sure you eat within the first 2 hours of getting up in the morning. Even if you're not a real morning person or you don't jump out of bed starving, it's called breakfast for a reason. It's literally breaking the fast. So if you wake up and go have a healthy brekkie, or wake up, exercise for 30 to 60 minutes and then go and have a healthy brekkie, you're setting yourself up for much better patterns for the rest of the day. And I bet if you do that, you'll find that you get a lot more done throughout the day. You're actually a lot more productive. Tip number two, wait until you're hungry until you have your next meal or snack. But if you don't get hungry at least 3 times a day, you need to eat every 3 to 4 hours to 1, keep your metabolism going, and 2, to help you to find your body's natural hunger and eating patterns. The more frequently you eat, the quicker your metabolism will become. You can train it to increase in speed. However, these meals don't need to be huge portions. They recommend 4 to 6 small meals a day to keep your metabolism at its peak. Tip number 3, be aware of hunger cues and signs. Look for things like your tummy grumbling. Fun fact, the noise that your tummy makes when it's grumbling is called baborgimus. Baborgimus. Something really hard to pronounce. Hunger builds gradually, and so the signs will actually increase over time. So also look for things like emptiness, light nausea, if you feel fatigued, shaky, weak, irritable, emotionally depleted, moody, or cranky. Or if you get hangry, which is angry because you're hungry. Hangry. So if you're starting to feel hungry, how do you know what type of hunger it is? I know countless times that I walk into the kitchen, open up the fridge, stand there for a little while, and then I walk over to the pantry, stand there for a little while. Nah. Fridge, pantry, and it's like fridge and pantry, it's like kitchen tennis. And that's purely just because I'm bored and I want something to do. Try to look for something not food or eating related that can keep you occupied until your true hunger sets in. Jump on the trampoline, go for a walk, write a poem, draw, play with the dog, call an old friend, read a book, call a new friend, have a cup of tea, strike a yoga pose, 40 squats, clean your room, moisturize your legs, mend that skirt that needs fixing, research something that you've been interested in lately. Do anything you can to temporarily distract yourself from the false hunger that you're feeling. Wait 5 minutes, and then if you still think that you're hungry, try to eat something that's a healthy and light snack. Something like nuts, frozen grapes, pieces of fruit, some trail mix, hummus and vegetables, peanut butter and celery, dehydrated fruit, or those like vegetable crisps. They're really good, they're really yummy. They're also really expensive, but alternatively, drink a few glasses of water. One of the main reasons of false hunger is actually thirst. You need to drink at least 2 liters a day. And on hot days, more. If you're exercising, more. If you sweat a lot, more. And if you don't like the taste of regular water if you find it tasteless or bland, which to be honest, I do. I either need to have it really cold, boiling hot, or try fruit infusing your water. So add slices of lemon, of lime, try adding some mint, or even some fruit like strawberries or blueberries. If it's citrus, you can sip it right away. If it's strawberries or blueberries that you decide to use, try let it sit in there for about 12 to 24 hours to get the full flavor. So if you're craving something unhealthy, there's kind of like 4 options. Option 1 is that you're probably craving those things because you've behaviorally shaped yourself to want more of those foods, i.e. if you eat a lot of sugar, your body's more likely to crave more sugar. Because sugar and salt are 2 of the most addictive things. Manufacturers and processors put it into our food specifically so we crave more of it, which is kind of disgustingly disturbing, I know, but it's true. Number 2 is that you might actually be craving a specific nutrient within the food that can just as easily be found in a healthier alternative. Number 3 would be that you're used to eating those foods out of a bad habit. Number 4 is when you haven't been eating enough. So you've either been dieting or restricting or you're undernourished. Anything that makes your body feel the need to attain more energy as quickly as it can. So this is called starvation mode. And it's pretty much just when your body is desperately wanting you to eat anything and everything because it needs that energy and it understands that it's going to need that energy if it wants to survive. And all of these 4 things can be quickly and easily neutralized just by understanding that there is a reason why you were craving those foods and then adjusting your behavior accordingly. A few other tips I have for you are to try eating mindfully. So try eating slowly, appreciating your food, actually tasting it. So putting it into your mouth, chewing it at least 20 or 40 times. Try to focus on the temperature, on the texture, on the taste. And use your senses to actually enjoy the meal that you're eating. Try to actually savor the meal and recognize when you are full. Or as my mum would always say, elegant sufficiency. Another tip I have would be to be aware of the stresses in your life. So most of us tend to eat more or less the more stress we feel. So take note of when you do feel more stress and how it affects your eating habits. But remember, even in periods when you are in high stress, you still need to eat 3 to 5 meals a day. And of course, your metabolism. So if you're regularly lengthening the time between each meal, your body will compensate by slowing down your metabolism, which is why they recommend 4 to 6 or 7 small meals frequently throughout the day. So if you're someone who's lost touch with their natural hunger cues, or you frequently eat more than you actually need, or maybe you just don't recognize hunger at the most effective times, it could make a huge difference to your health, your emotional well-being, and your relationship with food if you could learn to realign your eating habits with your body's natural need for nourishment. Which in essence is all I mean when I say that I listen to my body and I eat accordingly. All I mean is that I align my eating habits with my body's natural need for nourishment. It really is that simple. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that those tips will help you to realign your eating habits with your body's natural need for nourishment. Not anyone else's body, your body. Because your body actually is incredible. Bye! Sienna. Banana.